down the hammer and pick up the pencil. You're about to listen to the Savvy Radio Show. Learn from real-life real estate investors, experience revealed with the Savvy Landlord as your host.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls from around the world? I am truly excited that you are taking your time to listen to me. It's kind of an honor. It's kind of just surreal. I can't believe it, but I'm excited that you're looking to grow, that you're looking to go to the next level, whatever you're looking for. I hopefully today's message will podcast, thoughts, rants, whatever will get you juicy, loosey, get you going, get you pumped to the next level. I know it's a struggle for some of you guys during this COVID quarantine. I wouldn't say it's good. It's good in some respect that you can reflect that what's really important. And, what are you going to do for the future, right? Because you've been on pause for a while. Well, it's about to be released pretty soon. I definitely think you should take some caution. I'm rocking a mask wherever I go. I'm trying not to go anywhere, but when I do, I wear a mask. How about that? So still take precautions. There's some goofy people out there, man, that have never really taken this seriously, and people have been dying. I mean, obviously, I'm not a doomsdayer type of person. I'm all about positive 100. So just take that as a grain of salt. But hopefully you're doing good. These are just some random thoughts that I've been writing for about a couple of weeks in the month of April. And I was like, man, I got to finish this out. And, some of you guys have dropped off from the podcast. I don't know why. Maybe it's on your way to work or back from work. But if there's something that you want to know, hear, or touch on, I just got some great questions that I'm going to roll out. Some really good friends of mine just, struggling with certain things, their why. It's interesting because we all do. We all struggle, but no one wants to talk about it. So, I got no game. I got no shame in my game. I'm going to talk about it. But first of all, I'm going to talk about these are the things that I'm rocking right now. And hopefully they will shed some light in your life and that you are the same thing. First of all, number one is I'm learning again and again and again. All right. It's just crazy that I figured it out, that I'm learning accounting. And I've taken accounting in college several times, dropped out several times, and just never finished it because I didn't know why. I thought I was not good enough. Self-esteem, like, man, you're just not a smart math person. I think that was birthed into me as a young child. You're never going to be anything. You're never going to do that. You need to learn a trade. You need to learn to be a woodworker. And, I think that always constantly affected me for life in a positive way and then also in a negative way. I think the positive way is like, look, I'm going to prove you wrong. I got so much pride, which is not even necessarily great, but I'm going to go to college. Since you said that I can't go to college, I'm going to go to college. And then I got to college. And I'm like, this is boo-boo. I'm like, this is whack. But, it's a challenge. I think inside of me, I'm enraged with a challenge to be the very best, or I don't want to be just flumpy. I saw a lot of pain in my life. I've seen a lot of people get hurt, and I just don't want to be like that. So this quarantine deal has really pushed me, and I'm part of a business of an accounting firm, and I'm just learning a lot, and I can't grasp it. I was like, man, I'm like, what's the deal? And I finally figured it out. Is that it's a daily process. Like, I'm trying to think, how did I get so good at real estate? What makes me so good? I've written a few books, whoopee woo, right? Whoopee do. Anybody can write a book, but it's experience. It's time. It's what you do daily over and over, and you never lose it. So what happened was I figured it out. I was like, okay, so I would go to accounting school, class, whatever, and I would do okay. And then the next week, I'd be too busy doing something else, and I would forget about what I learned. And I just realized that I have to stay on it. If you want to be good at anything, it's a daily process. It's a daily process. I'm telling you, if you want to be wealthy, it's a daily process. I just got a text message from a homeboy. Hey, man, I'm really good at this one thing. I'm a really great builder. Like, this dude can do it, right? He can build, but he's not good with finances. Well, first of all, he did the right thing and said, listen, this is an area where I am not good at. VanCauwenbergh, you seem to be good in that area. Can you help? The fact is I was never good. I was $30,000 in debt when I got divorced. I was jammed the F up, like super duper jammed up. Like my whole world crashed, crying for weeks. But I learned every day. I learned something new about and the pain was so gross. And I told myself, I'm never going to be in this debt again. I'm talking about personal debt. I'm talking about just the just indebtedness, the slaveness that you have to make a payment, right? And so and I realized how did I become wealthy? Like it wasn't overnight. It wasn't every 10 minutes. People asked me years ago, I used to say the simple answer, man, how you find all these deals? I'm like, bro, I just work on it every day. Seriously, I had a routine, just people have six packs. It's a routine. And I was just like, man, I realized I just need to apply this to everything. If you want to be a superstar in whatever it is, you just got to stay committed. I was listening to a book yesterday. It said 80% is not committed. It's 100. You got to be committed all the time, every day. You got to get accountability partner. And so I was like, okay, so I just need to review this accounting every day or once a week. Yeah, VanCauwenbergh, now you figuring it out. I'm like, man, I'm going to be an accountant. I could be a Renaissance man. I could be whatever I want to be, whatever I want to be committed to on a daily basis. What are you committed to? You going to be the best father, best mother? It's okay. You don't have to choose one or the other. You could strive for whatever. And don't get beat up because you took the mom route and you could have been a savvy investor. No, it don't matter. I realized at 46 years old, I became a good investor. I'm not the great investor. I'm a good investor. Somewhat good, a little above good, let's say. But I'm not an expert, right? Because I don't work on it on an everyday basis. I did 20 years ago. It was 16 hours a day because I had nothing going down. But today, I don't work on that. I work on being a dad. I work on working out. I work on my physique, not because I want to be ripped, because I want to be healthy, strong body, strong mind. And so another thing I learned too, and hopefully that helps somebody out there, okay? So you back to my homeboy, it's like, listen, you can't be a financial wizard overnight. It takes some pain, it takes some study, and it's a little bit at a time. I remember when I first learned Subject 2, this is one of my first mentors. When the market collapsed, I can't remember the exact time. I wish I documented as much as I document now, but this homeboy was just killing in Kansas City, in Oklahoma City, just taking down probably when the market crashed. And he was just taking down all kinds of Subject 2s. And I had fear. I was like, man, that's illegal. How can you take someone's house over with a trust and a piece of paper? Because I was ignorant. And see, I didn't want to learn. See, that's the problem. See, I just figured it out. I mean, I'm going to master that mess. I'm going to be the best Subject 2 investor in this place. And you know what's so funny? People call me and willing to pay me, which is even humbling. Hey, man, can I hire you to help me with this Subject 2? Absolutely. I have a Subject 2 program. I know exactly how to do it. I can lock it up. I can take it down. I can get the paperwork. We can get it closed. Not a lot of people know how to get it closed. I can get it. I've done it several times because back in the day when my homie was doing my mentor, I was scared. And when I realized I just over and I just kept watching them. I kept reading about it. I kept studying about it. I saw some investors do it wrong. I saw another mentor get crumbled by some douche and a house burnt down from another mentor. I had like 3 mentors mentor me on Subject 2. I'm not an expert, but I know how to do one. And remember the one time I was fearful of it. And see, only way you can crush fear is by action. So my homie that's struggling with finances, it's action. You might have to start a budget. And one of my other homies says, hey, man, can you help me with my financial statement? Yep, absolutely. I shoot him an email. Here's some sample financial statements. Just work the system. Or go back to go play cash flow 101. Learn assets and liabilities. It's one, I know it's cliche, one step forward, whatever. It's true. You got to take action, crushes fear. Action crushes fear. There is no excuse. So back to where I was. We're already on a tangent. I learned it. You got to learn again and again. I figured it out. You got to review and you got to review. I figured out you got to do it daily. What you do is easy what you do daily so you never lose it. Because the one thing that's frustrating about being in accounting is the freaking formulas would be like, I'm like, I know because I'm a businessman, I'm successful, I know how, but that's not the accounting equation. Why do we got to do double entry accounting? Why does it got to be asset? Why does it have to be 2 on every transaction? Well, I'm taking money and giving. I figured it out. Over time, slow. Just like I learned subject to, I was against it in the beginning. I thought it was wrong. I was dumb. Now I love it. I embrace it. Subject. When people bring up subject to, I get juicy. Come on. Now, here's another thing I figured out too. Everyone has their own different style of learning, just like your own. I know this is so simple. You're an aesthetic learner or audible learner. I know, right? But now, listen, I'm telling you, if you're 30 years old, 40 years old, you may have learned that as a child, and you may have not done well. You may have done well with visual. I'm telling you, you can't forget this. You've got to be thinking about that now. Well, how do you learn? So I'm telling you, sometimes I know I'm a visual person. I think a lot of men are, hey, ladies, visual person, I'm just playing. But think about it. So apply, not just an audible, an audible may be word, maybe remind stuff, articulate stuff for you. But I know a couple of times my educational experience has increased tenfold when I'm reading it and listening to it. And then, you need to Google up this thing called cone of learning. And if you actually practice it and teach it, that's why I like the podcast, because I'm just getting this ingrained in me. The more I talk about it, the more I discuss it, the more I write it down. Oh, you just retain it. All right. So, that's another one. So that's 1 and 2. No, I don't even know. I don't even got these numbers. These are just random thoughts on a piece of paper. Here's another one. Stop wondering why you're doing something. Man, I don't know why I'm addicted to this. I don't know why I don't do well in relationships. I don't know why I don't do well in whatever the F it is, because some dude talked to me about this, and the Holy Spirit came over me. I said, stop doing it. Stop wondering and stop doing it. Whatever it is. Why things, just don't do it no more. Stop wondering. Stop wondering. It's not why, it's the now. Fix it now. If you're broke, don't wonder why you're broke. Figure out a way not to be broke. You got no deals right now. Why I got no deals? It's the market. So you wondering. Stop wondering and start doing. Somebody needs to quote this mess. Somebody put this on some motivational CD somewhere. I'm serious. This is not me. This is the Holy Spirit that came over me. Some dude was whining, or some text message I got from some homeboy. Why I don't listen. Stop wondering why and do it. Go do whatever it is you're whining about. Why you fat? Get up off the couch and don't try to figure out why, because you're fat. You already know you're fat, so just go run. Well, you can't run, go walk. I don't want no excuse. I got a job. I got 40. Dude, everybody's got a job. Everybody's got problems. How committed are you? And stop wondering why you're fat. And start moving towards, and stop wondering about it and start applying something towards it. All right. I don't know why I'm getting amped up. I might have to take a pause here, man. All right, here's another one. You can reprogram how you learn. Man, let me tell you something. This is very interesting for me because I'm trapped up at this crib, and I got 3 children, and now I got these dogs. All right, I know a lot of my tight friends are like, they something wrong with you. Got dogs at the crib. I got dogs at the crib. All right, now my whole world is upside down, but I'm realizing I got to reprogram how I learn. So I'm sitting on the couch with a laptop studying accounting. Normally, because I'm old school, I'm 46, I go to a class and I just focus on the class and I bounce out, do whatever I don't need to do. But see, I realize I got to reprogram how I learn. How you learn in college, how I got through that mess was I was failing so bad in the beginning. I didn't know anybody. I'm from California, came to Oklahoma, didn't know a soul, and I wasn't doing well. First of all, I wasn't studious in high school, so that's a problem. And then I moved on to college and barely made the deal and barely got in that mess, and I struggled the whole time. But I realized when I started finding success, it was a daily. I would start meeting some people in the GC, which is the Geiger Center and at OBU. It's a place, a study hall, whatever, community center, whatever. And my grades went up when I would just show up and just sit down and made a commitment. It was the daily See, that worked for me. I realized, you work on this every day. But I was committed to this specific group at this specific time. There you go again, VanCauwenbergh. Accountability. So that may not work today. I'm in a quarantine. So maybe I need to go to a quiet place. Maybe I need to go to my attic. Maybe I need to right now I'm in my closet trying to do a podcast while my kids are doing something else and some dog is chewing on some mess. You got to figure it out. It's like what works, reprogram how you learn. Another thing, you got to rewire your brain. Bam, the dude that's struggling with finances, you got to rewire. You can't spend money unless you have money. Now, money is infinite. It's everywhere. I had someone text me or something the other day, or asked me this question the other day. This dude said, hey, will they be still loaning money out since of this COVID deal? I'm like, dude, listen, you got to understand, money is everywhere. It's infinite. It has to move. If money's sitting in a bank account, nobody's making money. If money's just sitting quiet, the person that owns it's not making money because it's sitting there. I mean, yeah, you could have some interest, but no, it's got to be moving. Yes, people are going to be loaning money. I am loaning money. Everyone should. You should loan $500 to somebody and get $525 back. I don't know. But yes, money has to be moving. It's velocity. If you don't know about money, you need to study money. Just Google up money. Google up money philosophy. Velocity. Okay, you gotta have a philosophy for the velocity for the money. Come on. Oh shucks. Number 10. All right, here's a good one. This happened to my homeboy the other day. Okay, so my homeboy has a great successful business, and he's killing. This dude is just crushing it. Okay, and I'm trying to keep this because I don't know if he listens to the podcast. I don't know if somebody knows this stuff, and I haven't. Of course, he doesn't want me to divulge any information. But he calls me and he had a problem with a staff member. Okay. This staff member, and I'm only, it broke something or did something wrong. Okay. I mean, to the degree where he had to clip the dude. All right. And it broke him. The dude was like just pissed off. Like he called me and he was going to quit being an entrepreneur. I can't hire. This is, again, he's wondering again, I can't hire people. It won't work, lower level people. And I was like, dude, tell me about this guy's a $10 an hour employee. I was like, bro, first of all, your expectations are wrong. $10 an hour people, get this, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls around the world, write this down, pull your car over. $10 an hour people are going to cost you $15 an hour people. $15 an hour people are going to cost you $20 an hour. Why? Because they're human and they make mistakes. They break stuff. Things happen. Things go wrong. Well, anyway, this dude, his staff member, first of all, he was like, he had to fire this dude. He broke something and it just was a bad situation. Okay. I don't want to get into details because it's not my deal. But what the point is that this is entrepreneur real life stuff. He's doing well. He's got this great business and he needs his staff member because you need employees or staff or contractors or whatever you want to call people that work for you. And they're going to mess up. You've got to just have, I call it the ghetto fund. I don't know, the idiot fund. So, let me give you a perspective for you real estate folks that, you got a house in the ghetto and you're cash flowing $300 a month. Now, it looks legit on paper. Man, the bank's like, dang, this guy's got a 24% return. He is savvy. Come on. Now, it sounds great. It looks great until the dude moves out and the house is destroyed because ghetto people do ghetto shit. That's what they do. They don't know any different. So that $300 a month really comes down to $150 a month, right? That's smart wisdom because I have been burned so many times. Do I not like the ghetto? No, I'm ghetto. The reality is that's just the fact of the game. People that don't have money don't take care of stuff. People that get stuff for free, they don't take care of stuff. There's no value. When there's no value, you don't take care of it. That's the society on a program. Okay? So it's just life. I mean, I don't run the government. And I'm not saying this is for everybody, and I'm not trying to judge anyone. So I just want to be clear. Don't try to bash me because I'm being real here. But the point is, I factor as an investor when I have houses in these certain areas with these clientele people in this condition of property, I'm not making $300, I'm making $100. And I just factor that in. And that $200 a month on the side, I put into a special account for changeover because it's going to be $2,500. It's going to be 3 G's when when it's 5 G's, I sell the ding crib and I'm out because I don't got time for this anymore. This is not my life. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't be in ghetto houses. I have a whole podcast on the hood of good of gold or whatever. I'm all about, I still have hood houses, but you got to understand the magnitude of being an entrepreneur. It's real life. There's issues. It's never going to, it's not, you are a high detail person if you think that hiring a human being is going to just go on and exist and you're just going to make money, everything. No, there's going to be problems. They're going to get sick. They're going to steal. Things are going to be missing. Things are going to happen. They're going to lie. It's just life. I used to get so amped up when I owned a construction company. Oh my goodness, guys, ladies and gentlemen, don't ever own a construction company. Man, there was so much theft and lying. And I just, man, my heart just continued to get numbed. I just accepted the fact. When dude came on a job site, oh, we're paying him 22, we're really paying him 30 because and I'm in my mind, I just started budgeting 30. And sure enough, dude, like I would add 3 or 4 hours on his paycheck. And then you look at it up and when you am it across, the dude's making 27.5. And then all of a sudden, when you clip the dude, he takes a towel saw with him that, which is his or whatever. And there's some damage involved in there, or he didn't finish a job, or a customer would come back and complain, and who would have to fix it? Me, the owner, would have to get another contractor to fix it, which cost me more money. And see, you understand, you just have to understand the game. So you can't just give up. When there's pain, that is an opportunity. Come on. When there's pain, there is an opportunity for you to grow, for you to be better. Not bitter, better. I'm not bitter about the ghetto. I'm not bitter about the construction. I'm just saying that's not the game I want to be in. Can you make money? If you're a young hustler right now, absolutely I would get in construction. If I had no wife, no kids, no life, absolutely, man. There's a ton of cash in that game, but it's a real game. You got to stay on it 24 hours. You got to be on people. You got to be on the job site. I don't want to be all that right now. That was fun for a while. It's not fun now. It was fun when I had cribs, when I was buying a bunch of cribs and I needed those guys. It was fun. It's not now. It was fun going to Lowe's all the time and people knowing my name. It ain't cool now. It's a waste of time. I found this thing called Instacart. Anyway, let's get back into it. All right, you got to work on your mental game. All right, I mean, I'm serious. Like right now, I don't know, something wrong with me. But at 46, man, I'm working on my mental game. I'm like, if you read a lot of business books, you ever wonder why does one dude make $200 million a year and somebody else makes $20,000 a year? Right? Because it's their mental game. It's their mental game. It's what they can handle. The bigger the problem they solve, the bigger the paycheck. Come on, let me say it again. The bigger the problem you solve, the bigger paycheck you get. I'm honored that I get to coach people. I mean, I'm serious. And the other day I was talking to my wife and I was like, man, I'm just humbled that people seek my advice and they're willing to pay for it. Because I've been through the pain. I mean, it's a blessing that I could say one thing in 5 minutes to one person and they can change the trajectory of their life and they can make more money. It's so much more, like a $30,000 more. And so my fee is so minimal in their scheme of things. Okay? You got to work on your mental game. You got to be stronger for yourself. And I found this app called Pause App. I think it's pause.app or pauseapp.com. Anyway, it's this Pause app. It's just, I've always wanted to meditate, but my mind always goes ballistic. Like there's always something wrong. There's always something going on. There's always something I got to do. But I realized I just started with this app and it was like, do 1 minute. And I paused for 1 minute. And then I moved on to 3 minutes. And then I moved on to 5. It's phenomenal. And now I just, certain times when I go to work, before I get started work, I just pause for a minute. And I just reflect. Right. I do this a lot right now. After I work out intensely on a bike, I pause. And, you should be stretching, after you work out real intense. I listen to the Pause app. Check out the Pause app. Work on your mental game. Oof, it's gonna make a difference in your world. All right. So I post this on Facebook, but I'm going to put this on the radio show. Here's the deal. This digital membership is $12.99 to Peloton. Peloton. Everybody, you see the commercials, whatever. It's off the chain. This is like, I don't know, I'm on to almost 50 workouts. This is insane. Like this is a deal breaker, deal maker, deal changer in my world. Man, I got a ghetto little spinner bike at the crib. I got a ghetto treadmill. I put my little, I don't got no iPad. I can put my tablet. My kids call it an iPad because they don't know the difference. It's like Kleenex. It's like tissue, right? But the deal is, man, I'm telling you, it pushes me. I was on it yesterday and I was tired, and dude on the thing said this: you can control the uncontrollables. You don't control the uncontrollables, or control, I don't know. Whatever the deal is, it motivated me. And it's like, man, I'm telling you right now, that's a life change. $13 a month, and I'm on it every day. I'm either on the treadmill or I'm on the bike. You could do it outside. You could do it just when you walk in. They have a walking program. They have a dance program. I mean, I'm using my kids. We get in the living room, and you can stream it right to your TV, and we can do a dance and get my kids dancing. It has been, by far, this quarantine thing has birthed me to step out of my comfort zone and be trained by some random on-demand trainer. I remember, and this, we'll get into my leather story. I'll bring that up later. Someone told me about on-demand, and I blew it off because I had a real trainer. I'm telling you, I'll get into that in a minute. It's big time. Peloton membership, $12.99. Right now they're doing 90 days for free. I don't care what excuses that you have no treadmill. You have outside, you could put the damn thing in your ear. You got no, it don't matter. Go, I'm telling you, just do something every day. It's worth it. All right, another one. You can change for the better. Food, flavor, style, issue. All right, you can change. That's another thing. I mean, like, listen, I don't know where that one's going. You could change for the better. Food, flavors. You know, I when I say flavors, it's like, you know, people ask me a little bit about this vegan thing, which I've been on and off vegan for about 3 or 4 years. Sometimes I'm on it for like a year and a half. Then I jump off the wagon for a little while, and it's very interesting. But one thing I do know, I have non-vegan people in my crib, my daughter, and she doesn't like anything that's vegan. Okay, it's fascinating. And just the word vegan, she gets all juiced up on. No, is that a vegan hamburger? Nope. Is that a vegan hot dog? Nope. Is that vegan chips? Nope. I love this. She's a hustler, man. She's like, she can be a world changer. Just a little one. And I'm like, but I realized my flavors have changed. Just for the better. I mean, you could change anything. Who says that beef is supposed to be the best? I mean, you could change your flavoring and your taste. I don't know if that means anything to you. We can go deeper into that some other time. Next one. Get Duo. Google Duo. So it's a great way to communicate. I know a lot of people are using Zoom. Google Duo. Google stepped up on their FaceTime type of stuff. Instagram Live is pretty hot. Get into the technology. Start communicating to your grandparents, to your mom, to your family members. Get on. We don't have any Apple products at this crib, but everyone else has FaceTime, but we don't, right? The VanCauwenberghs, something wrong with us, but that's okay. But we've been forcing ourselves to adapt. So we got Skype through, which is Microsoft, come wear me out. But Duo has been changing. Just try something new, some more technology to stay in touch with people. All right, here's another one. I don't know how long this is going, but I'm going to wrap this up pretty fast and furious. Actually, I'll just stop right there. All right, I don't know how long we got on here. Anyway, man, we're halfway through. So we'll just end right there. I'll get y'all juicy. I'll drop this one today, and then I'll follow up in another day or so. Anyway, hopefully you're doing well. Man, I got a little amped up on you there, but you're important to me, and I'm being serious that you're willing to listen. You're willing to be my friend on Facebook, just willing to reach out and say hi. We need community. If it's not just real estate, it could be just riding a bike, right? I got a friend that just loves to ride mountain bikes. Man, I want to be that guy. Or I got a friend that just wants to go skiing. I don't like skiing, but I like that guy. Community, reach out to people, say hi to somebody, tell them that you're thinking about them, get on Duo, give your mom a call with your face, love on somebody different, and change this world one day at a time. Thanks for tuning in. SavvyInvestors.com.
Thanks for listening to the Savvy Radio Show. Glide online and listen to our other motivating episodes at SavvyRadioshow.com. Connect on Twitter @LandlordBook and always be buying assets.